What's going on, family? This is Scrapbook Box in the Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. Recognizes Joey Giardellos, a middleweight champion from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, who won the championship in 1963 from the Nigerian middleweight champion, Dick Tiger. A 15-round decision in Atlantic City made Joey Giardellos the first Philadelphia middleweight champion of all times. Now let's take a look at his outstanding career. Now, as you can see here, Joey Giardellos was 33 years old by the time he fought Dick Tiger. He won a 15-round middleweight decision in Atlantic City in December 1963. And that was a phenomenal feat because there has been no middleweight champion in Philadelphia before him. A Flatbush street fighter. So he was born in New York, July 16, 1930. But his parents brought him over to Philadelphia because he kept getting into street fights in Brooklyn. But it turns out he had more street fights in Philadelphia. So they said, if you're going to be doing this, you're going to pay some rent, and you're going to do this street fighting thing professionally, find a gym, and bring some money on the table. So that he did. He found a local gym, and there he found the likes of Georgie Benton, who he can spar with. Georgie Benton was a phenomenal Philadelphia fighter who wound up fighting Reuben Hurricane Carter. It was a proud moment for the Philadelphians at that time. But later on in his career, Georgie Benton wound up retiring, and he took on some of the Lou Duva fighters at main events. It was Pernell Whitaker, Meldrick Taylor, Evander Holyfield, Rocky Lockridge, just to name a few. So Joey Giardellos wound up getting some good tutoring. He also sparred with guys like Gil Turner, Bobby Green, a young Benny Briscoe, just to name a few. But he had some outstanding fights with Billy Graham, Rocky Castellani, Gene Fomer, Gil Turner, just to name a few. So let's take a look at his fighting career. Now, Joey Giardellos stood 5'10". He turned professional in 1948. First fight was October. Johnny Noel, Trenton, New Jersey, knocked him out in 2 rounds. Jimmy Larkin, Atlantic City, KO'd him in 1 round. November, Bobby Clark, decision him in 4 rounds. Johnny Brown, Reddington, Pennsylvania, KO'd him in 4 rounds. December 16th, Johnny Madison, Atlantic City, New Jersey, KO'd him in 1 round. And this goes on and on and on. February 24th, 1949, Clyde Diggs, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 6-round draw. March 15th, Don Ennis, Reading, Pennsylvania, killed him in 4 rounds. April 7th, Billy Montgomery, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, killed him in 1 round. Now, Billy Montgomery was the brother of Bob Montgomery, who was a lightweight champion. Bob Montgomery took the title away from Bo Jack, who Bo Jack was a fascinating lightweight champion of all time. But then Bob Montgomery lost that title to a Trenton native, Ike Williams, who wound up losing it to Jimmy Carter, who lost it to Hogan Kid Bassie, who wound up losing it to Joe Brown, who lost to Carlos Ortiz, and so on and so forth. But April 25th, Ray Morris, 4-round victory. April 28th, Joe Arvolo, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, lost in 6, or defeated him in 6. May 2nd, Emerson Charles, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, defeated him in 4 rounds. And this goes on and on and on. 1950, he lost January 16th to Joe DiMartino, New Haven, Connecticut, lost in 8 rounds. Continues with his wins, February 9th, Johnny Bernardo, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, defeated him in 8 rounds. He also fought him January 26th and defeated him in 8 rounds. This continues, all wins. Knockouts and wins, but he was stopped by Harold Green October 26th in 1950. Now, Harold Green lived in Brooklyn as well, and he had mad street fights with Harold Green. See, they were both bullies at that time, when they were about 14 years old, 15. So he was very familiar with Harold Green. So they wound up fighting in October 26, 1950, in the professional ranks, and he was knocked out in 6 rounds by Harold Green. Gene Roberts, November 27th, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 8-round draw. December 18th, Leroy Allen, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, knocked him out in 5 rounds. 1951, January 6th, Freddie Locke, Brooklyn, New York, defeated him in 8 rounds. This continues, wins and knockouts, until he met March 15th, Ray Wolter, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and he actually lost in 8 rounds. Some more wins, then he loses to Gus Rubik Ini, New York, lost in 8 rounds. Otis Graham, he defeated Johnny Noel. I'm just skimming through. November 13th, Rocky Castellani, Scranton, Pennsylvania, lost in 10 rounds. December 12th, Bobby Dykes. Bobby Dykes was a very good fighter out of Texas. Miami Beach, lost in 10 rounds. 1952, notable names, May 5th, Joe Maselli, Scranton, Pennsylvania, 10-round draw. June 23rd, Pierre Langlois, Brooklyn, New York, 10-round loss. August 4th, Billy Graham, Brooklyn, New York, 10-round victory. So Pierre Langlois, a 10-round victory. And Billy Graham, 10-round victory. Georgie Small, 10-round victory. And Joe Giambra, Brooklyn, 10-round victory. November 11th, Joe Giambra, Buffalo, New York, 10-round loss. December 19th, Billy Graham, New York. He defeated him in 10 rounds. The original official decision of the referee and judges, Giardellos, was awarded the verdict as follows. And they give a breakdown here. Okay, so the commissioner and the power after the decision was rendered. They changed the Joe the verdict. Okay, so they changed the verdict and gave it back to Billy Graham. Fascinating. Amazing. So they changed the decision and gave it to Billy Graham. Wow. Oh, so that was a loss for Joey Giardello. Scorecard and official decided the actual decision to be one originally given in favor of Giardello. I don't know, they're going back and forth with this. February 2nd, Harold Green, Brooklyn, a 10-round victory. March 6th, Billy Graham, New York, a loss in 12 rounds. April 7th, Gil Turner, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 10-round decision. Victory for him. June 26th, Ernie Durando, very tough fighter, New York, 10-round decision. October 26th, Walter Curry, a very good fighter, Brooklyn, New York, 10-round victory. 1954, Carl Panther, January 8th, New York, killed him in 5 rounds. March 19th, Willie Troy, good fighter, New York, killed him in 7 rounds. May 21st, Pierre Langlois, New York, lost in 10 rounds. June 11th, Bobby Jones, New York, defeated him in 10 rounds. July 7th, Billy Kilgore, Philadelphia, defeated him in 10 rounds. September 24th, Ralph Tiger Jones, Philadelphia, defeated him in 10 rounds. 1955, good fighters. January 25th, Al Andrews, Norfolk, Virginia, defeated him in 10 rounds. February 15th, Andy Mayfield, Miami Beach, Florida, killed him in 8 rounds. March 1st, Peter Muller, Milwaukee, killed him in 2 rounds. So this goes on and on. 1956, May 7th, Charlie Cotton, New York, lost 10. May 28th, Charlie Cotton, New York, lost in 10. September 28th, Bobby Boyd, Cleveland, Ohio, killed him in 5 rounds. November 15th, Charlie Cotton. He defeated him this time in 10 rounds. And December 14th, Charlie Cotton and Cleveland defeated him in 10 rounds. 1957, February 6th, Randy Sandy, Chicago, defeated him in 10 rounds. March 27th, Willie Vaughn, Kansas City, no decision, 10 rounds. Originally announced as split decision in Vaughn's favor. Referee changed the decision. So he fought guys like Rory Calhoun on May 17th in Cleveland. Got a 10-round decision. Chico Vijar, good fighters. All these are good fighters. July 17th, Louisville, 10-round victory. Bobby Lane in Cleveland, KO, 7 rounds. Wolfie Green, Denver, 10-round victory. Ralph Tiger Jones, Miami Beach, 10-round victory. That's all in 57. 58, Rory Calhoun, San Francisco, defeated him in 10 rounds on May 5th. July 30th, Joey Giambra, San Francisco, he lost in 10 rounds. November 19th, Spiderweb, San Francisco, he was stopped in 7 rounds. 1959, January 29th, Ralph Tiger Jones, Louisville, lost in 10 rounds. May 6th, Holy Mims, Washington, he defeated him in 10 rounds. June 16th, Del Flanagan, St. Paul, defeated him in 10 rounds. September 30th, Dick Tiger, Chicago, lost in 10 rounds. And November 4th, Dick Tiger, Cleveland, defeated him in 10 rounds. 1960, April 20th, Gene Foreman, Bozeman, 15-round draw for the NBA middleweight title. So that was his first middleweight shot. October 11th, Terry Downs, would-be champion, lost in 10 rounds. December 1st, Peter Mueller, lost in 10 rounds. I remember when Peter Mueller fought Laszlo Papp, and they fought after the fight. Knocked out the referee and everything. 1961. March 6th, Ralph Dupas, New Orleans, lost in 10 rounds. May 15th, Wilfie Green, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, KO'd him in 9 rounds. These are all good names. July 10th, Henry Hank, Detroit, lost in 10 rounds. September 12th, Jesse Smith, Philadelphia, defeated him in 10 rounds. Fought him twice. Defeated him twice. 1962, Henry Hank. Johnny Morris. He lost to Georgie Benton. August 6th, Philadelphia. Georgie Benton, that's what I was talking about. He wound up training Meldrick Taylor, Evander Holyfield, Pernell Whitaker, Rocky Lockridge, among others. 1963, Wolfie Green, February 25th, Jacksonville, Florida, defeated him in 10 rounds. Ernie Buford, 10-round victory. That's in Philadelphia. June 24th, Ray Robinson, Philadelphia. Robinson was way past his peak, but it was a 10-round victory. Good name on the resume. December 7th, Dick Tiger, Atlantic City, defeated him in 15 rounds and won the World Middleweight Championship. So I believe Ray Robinson was in line to fight Dick Tiger. That would have been very interesting. 1964, April 17th, Rocky Rivera, Cleveland, defeated him in 10 rounds, non-title. And then he fought him again, May 22nd, 10 rounds. So Joey Giardello, fascinating middleweight, great champion from Philadelphia. First middleweight champion to ever win that strap. Bernard Hopkins came along later on to be the second middleweight champion. Bernard Hopkins says that he was the first Philadelphia to be born in Philadelphia to win the title. Giardello was born in Brooklyn. But we're going to give Joe Giardello his props. Fascinating middleweight. Outstanding fighter was Joey Giardello. did his thing at the middleweight division. Here you have Joey Giardello and Billy Graham. They fought in New York, December 19th, 1952. So Joey Giardello has been entered into the Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. Great middleweight champion from Philadelphia. Salute to Joey Giardello. This is Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Salute to my subscribers. Peace.